Welcome to SketchUp. Hopefully you've picked the architectural or the simple one that's feet and inches, because we're going to do feet and inches. Mine looks a little bit different. As you organize and move around, you can press down on that center mouse button and move around, and you'll get the orbit. You can also select from your tools. We'll look at some more tools later on, but today we're just going to cover the basics. I've got a different version than yours, so I'm going to click and delete the guy. You're going to click and delete Sophie. Okay. We are working in 3D, so if you remember, this is kind of what it looked like whenever we were working in AutoCAD, where we've got our green is our vertical, and then we've got our horizontal right here. But when I rotate, I've got my blue axes as well. And so getting kind of figured out where we're going, if you ever kind of get twisted around, remember that the blue one is going to be up and down for us. Go ahead and click on the rectangle. We're going to click on that center origin right there, and we're just going to type out 40, 40. So we're going to do 40 inches by 40 inches, and we're going to make some basic shapes. And you notice in the bottom when I type that in, it actually auto-populates into that command line. That command line, we cannot click on it like we could in AutoCAD. We just start typing, and it knows exactly where to go. Because I have not put any measurements or any units in there, it's just going to automatically do it in inches. So when I press enter, you can see that's 40 by 40. So a couple different ways we can do this. All right. Option number one is we take another rectangle and we try to draw it vertically based off of that information, which is kind of tricky. Or we can draw lines. So if I come over here and click on this, point it in the up direction and type in 40 and press enter, you can see I went up, and now I put it, you can see I got that red. Red is going to be coming towards me. You can see if I lock it in the red and type 40, and there is no close, but we do have snap automatically. And so whenever I connect that, you can see we've begun to create our cube. I can click over here on this endpoint, come over here on the green axis, type in 40, and come down to where it connects. Notice that I'm on the blue axis, and it's highlighted blue. I click connect. I can come out 40 here, come across, it'll connect there, and then I just connect this point right there to there. Alright, so that's one of the ways we can do that. I'm going to undo all the way back to this. We've got this shape. We can also do the push-pull. So the push-pull, we've got our push-pull tool right here. And I click, and notice I'm clicking and I'm not clicking and holding down. When I click, I can move up and down. You can see the distance in the bottom right is changing. I'm going to put it in the up direction, which is where I want it to go, and I'm going to type in 40 and press enter. Now that was obviously faster than what we just did. But you can see that there's multiple ways that we can do this. And hopefully you can think of a third way that we can create our shape. So we've got our cube. We've got our cube right there, and next to it we are going to draw a pyramid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the rectangle tool, open it up, type in 40, 40, and press enter. So I've got the same base. Don't worry, we're not going to do any math. But we are going to need to create a line going straight up. So we're going to use our measuring tool, right there, our tape measure, and we're going to find the midpoint of this line here. When I find the midpoint, I'm going to click, and I'm going to come out, and I'm going to come out at exactly 20 inches. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other edge and come out 20 inches. And what that's going to do is that's going to give me a center of our square. From here, I click the line tool. I click, and you can notice if I can use the orbit while I'm still in the line tool. But I'm going to point it up, make sure it's on the blue axis, press 40, and press enter. Now this is going to give us this line right in there, and you'll see what we'll do with that in just a moment. But we're done with these temporary lines, these guide lines, so we're going to go Edit, Delete Guides. So now I've got a square and a line going straight up. I'm going to connect this to here, here to here, here to here, and here to here. And notice SketchUp fills in all those pieces for me. it just fills it right in. So now we've created a square pyramid. So I'm going to zoom in until I get inside. There I am, I'm inside the shape. And this was that extra line that we did not need. So I'm going to click on it and delete it. It's just good practice to get rid of all the extra lines we do not need. I'm going to press the hand tool and slide on over. And we're going to create a circle. I'm going to create a cylinder. So I'm just going to click. I'm going to go out and our radius will be 20. So 20 inches. And just like we did with our cube over here, we're just going to pull this, push it up, and go to 40. Okay, so we've created some simple shapes here. We've created a square pyramid, we've created a cylinder, and we created a cube. Your challenge is going to be to create a rectangular prism, triangular prism, and if you think you can, the biggest challenge will be to create a triangular pyramid and a sphere. So go ahead and take that on. We're going to look through and play with if you can create plenty of these and use them to build and create as well.